Around 30 years ago, the church I attended was a very large one in the middle of a city. One of the congregation was a retired bishop. Unfortunately, he had developed blindness, probably central blindness, and he couldn't read any longer. He could get about, but he couldn't read any longer. Every now and again, he would preside at the communion service, and it was a time when the liturgy was changing quite rapidly. The prayer book had gone, and new versions in modern English were being tested out. So it wasn't really fixed, and of course that made it very difficult for him to remember the words. Now you might think that that actually ended up with something a bit like the Morecambe and Wise show with Andre Previn, in which the orchestra plays the introduction to the Tchaikovsky piano concerto, and Eric starts playing the Grieg piano concerto. But in this case, by all means, the words were not necessarily quite right, and certainly not in the right order. It didn't matter a darn. They were so prayed that it made all the difference, and it was always a wonderful experience. So the story tells us that it doesn't really matter how we find words to talk to God. Just try it and just relax in God's presence. He knows what's going on in your life and your turmoil. And just relax and let God speak to you as well.